welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am going to review the film Out of My Mind. This film is a powerful, emotional, coming-of-age drama based on the best-selling novel by Sharon M. Draper. This film tells the story of Melody Brooks, a nonverbal 6th grader with cerebral palsy who uses a power wheelchair. Set in the early 2000s, Out of My Mind takes audiences on Melody's journey to overcome both physical and emotional obstacles while striving to be seen for who she truly is. An incredibly intelligent, determined young girl who dreams of independence. This isn't just a film about disability, though. It's also a story about resilience, inner strength, and the unbreakable bonds we form with the people who support us. What makes it even more powerful is that it reflects a time when accessibility was more of a luxury, and many schools still didn't fully accommodate students with disabilities and integrate them into the mainstream classroom. While many aspects of today's society and public education systems are still not fully accessible, this film takes place during a time when integration of disabled people into the community was still a fairly new concept. Released on November 22nd, 2024, Out of My Mind is directed by Amber Seeley with a screenplay by Daniel Stapleman. The cast features Luke Kirby, Rosemary DeWitt, Courtney Taylor, and Judith Light, who play the family and friends who stand by Melody every step of the way. Adding a layer of authenticity to the film, Melody herself is played by Phoebe Ray-Taylor, who, like her character, also has cerebral palsy. This connection between the actress and her role adds a layer of depth and truth to the story that makes it all more impactful. Watching this film reminds me of my own experiences growing up in the early 2000s as a disabled student. Back then, the ADA in Section 504 hadn't been around for very long, and there were still so many barriers to inclusion in schools. It's wild to think that there were still teachers like those in this film who underestimated a student's ability simply because they had a physical disability. I remember being told as a kid that I couldn't participate in activities like field trips or even be a playground safety officer just because I used a wheelchair. This was frustrating, especially since those teachers were legally obligated to provide accommodations for me, but often they didn't. And this film really captures that reality about how the world can feel like it's built to limit you rather than empower you. Out of My Mind doesn't focus on the disability itself as a problem, but focuses on the lack of accessibility and how it creates barriers for Melody, which is something that disabled people experience every day. There are many unique, captivating moments in this film, but 3 in particular really stood out to me. The first is when Melody misses her flight because the elevator is broken and the TSA system is completely inaccessible. It's an unsettling reminder of how an inaccessible world creates daily struggles for disabled people that non-disabled people may overlook. The second moment that struck me was when Melody is denied the technology she needs to communicate effectively and efficiently. The resistance she faces from her insurance company to get the proper equipment is frustrating and all too familiar for many in the disabled community. There is also a moment in the film where Melody's neighbor, the quirky and supportive Mrs. V, says something that really struck me. She said, "Just because someone wipes your ass doesn't mean you have to kiss theirs." It's such a powerful statement about how disabled people shouldn't feel like they have to be overly grateful just for having their basic needs met. It's a reminder that disabled people deserve more than just the bare minimum. Just like everyone, disabled people deserve respect and dignity. What I loved most about this film is how it beautifully showcases Melody's inner world and gives the audience a deeper understanding of the disabled experience. The director and writer made an intentional choice to use Jennifer Aniston's voice for Melody's voiceover and narration, which was such a clever way to give her agency and highlight her intelligence. They also integrate visuals of Melody's communication board during the more emotional scenes, giving us insight into what she would be saying if she had the technology to speak aloud. It's incredibly emotional to see her frustration when people don't take the time to listen, or when she has so much to say but doesn't have the tools to express herself fully. All in all, Out of My Mind is a well-crafted film that tells an important story in such a nuanced way. I give this film 4.5 out of 5 stars. And if you haven't seen it yet, it is now streaming on Disney+. Alright, well that is it for today's video. If you've enjoyed today's content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that little bell button down below to receive a notification the next time I upload a video. I hope you have a phenomenal day, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Right. Now, the question is, can I turn off my camera? Oh, also I need to do this. Haha, that's what it was. I used to do the other arm first. Okay. I don't want to touch the lens. There we go. Haha, success.